Hey, Adam Culbertson here. Before we begin, we got a promo from another independent podcast, so when you finish this episode, make sure you go and check them out.
Hi, excursionist. I'm Nari. Do you know that stories have a way of taking you into a different world? Why don't you join me at the Into the Night Anthology podcast? We present you with bite-sized stories that make you question what you thought you knew. I may have something that would interest you. Everything gets old. So someday, as long as it's cared for, any item will become an antique that includes you and me, and sometimes terrify you with what you didn't.
What's happening? This can't be real.
You can see us, but you are powerless to stop us.
Bring a friend along when you find us on your favorite podcast directory, and make sure to follow us on Twitter at Into the Night Pod so you never miss an episode. Remember, you should never wander these twisted paths alone. In fact, look, the first path is just ahead. Are you ready? Follow me.
Steal your mind for eldritch horrors of the universe unknown. For what is to follow is a tale of intrigue, mystery, and madness. You're listening to Microphones and Monsters. You go through the portal, and the car comes to a stop. It's not driving anymore. It's just suspended in dark water.
Thank you, Skylar. That was far too close.
Yeah, there's no response from Skylar.
I'm going to go over to Victor and doing a medicine check, see what is basically going on with him, because I've been healing him, but he's not kind of getting out of it.
You notice that it's not something like, well, you notice the I guess, like, as you were healing him and everything, like, there was, no, you would have healed up the wounds, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so all you can really tell is that it seems like it's psychological, not physical at this point.
Okay.
But he's rigid. He can't move. It's like his eyes are wide open and in terror. And he's just like not able to move. You can hear a semblance of like him trying to scream, but it's not coming out.
Can I sedate him somehow?
Yeah, you can totally sedate him.
Yeah, because I have sedatives on me, don't I? Didn't I grab sedatives from when we were
something joke we made really early on said
yeah. You totally have sedatives because that's how you incapacitated your subjects.
Well, no, I grabbed sedatives from when we were in the lab back with North, because remember I grabbed sedatives and then I grabbed the serum.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you have
in
the
the hospital.
sleeping. You have the sleeping potions, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you still have those. Yeah.
Yeah, because he took them back.
You
from
used one on the Gug,
On the Gug, yeah.
but I think I gave you 5
I think he gave me like 3.
or 3. Okay. Did you write it down?
I
Or
did.
did you put it in your inventory?
I need to put it in my inventory.
Okay. I thought I gave you.
You gave me a few. I know you
5.
gave me like you gave me 5 vials of that serum.
Oh, okay, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So I guess I gave you 3 sleeping potions.
Yeah, I think that was what
And
you
you
gave me.
used one on the Gug. I don't remember if you used another one or not.
I might have used another one, but I got 1 left for sure.
Okay. Okay.
So I gotta have at least 1. So will it have? But will it even have any effect because of Victor's level and the hit die? 5d8.
Oh, it's 5d. Okay, yeah. So 5d8.
Okay, let me do that. 2, 3, 4, 5.
What do you need to know from me?
But you're like you're. How are you going to administer this to him? Because I'm saying I'm thinking if you can alchemically, like artificer, administer it to him, you can add your spell modifier to it.
Okay.
so
I
he can't
could-
tell that I'm poisoned.
No, I can't. Well, I can tell that you're poisoned, but it's not like a physical poison that I can fix.
Right.
It's like a otherworldly thing. So I'm trying to calm you down before you like are doing more damage to yourself. So, and hoping that in the Dreamlands that'll actually help out. I'll go ahead and see if I can take up like that potion and see if I could like get a syringe set up and then see if I could apply it the syringe like into his neck or something like that.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and roll 5d8. Not a good roll. With that modifier, if you're gonna give me that, it'd be a 19. I rolled 3 2s, a 1, and an 8.
Okay.
And what does that go up against?
Your current HP.
Your current HP.
I have 34 HP.
I know.
Yeah.
I gave you all of that HP, and now I'm regretting it.
Thwarting yourself.
I'm trying to think of when you used a second sleeping potion. I remember you used one
I don't think I used
On-
another one.
on the Gug.
I don't remember another
Okay, so
time.
you have a second one. You have 2 sleeping potions.
Okay, then I'll do it again. So we got 15. I'll just give him another injection. Double sedatives. If it doesn't work,
Will
you just
that
use more.
make them add up against my HP, like both potions against my HP?
Yeah, I'm gonna say because he's not just casting a spell on you. He's like injecting you with this
Yeah.
stuff rather than.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the next one is 22. Much better.
Yeah. So, Victor, you're witnessing the hallucination, and everything just goes dim and goes completely dark.
Okay, cool.
An interesting philosophical
And,
question.
yeah.
If you go to sleep in the Dreamlands,
Do you wake up in the Dreamlands, or do you?
are your dreams of the actual world? Like,
No.
I'm still wearing
going
the
to
bracelet.
say.
Yeah, he's wearing the
wouldn't
bracelet
I
where he
not
can't dream.
So, Victor, after everything goes black, you wake up and
Star wipe.
you're sitting right next to your body, and like the other two, they see you just like materialize in the Dreamlands, and you are in your Dreamlands form as a human
In the car?
inside the car.
Like it just in the next seat?
Yeah, like you're sitting right next to yourself. Your physical form is right next to your Dreamlands form, which we've established that before as you're a human in the Dreamlands. You still have all of your stuff, but yeah, You're just an exact copy, other than you're not a crypt folk anymore.
Yeah,
In the
I look
Dreamlands.
like the human monk that I changed myself into way back at the theater when I got in trouble with the sheriff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Well, I'm probably still unnerved.
Yeah. You like you wake up, but you just got out of this nightmare hallucination thing, and you're in a place you have no clue what's going on. So yeah, you wake up and y'all handle that. Y'all take care of that. I'm gonna let y'all take over.
Give me 1 second to get in the correct mindset, because I didn't know I was going to have to do anything, because I've just been groaning for the last hour and a half, groaning and rolling low, which is not that different than
now
usual.
you can talk and roll low.
And I'll look and I'll turn and see myself and Julian and Aleister next to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's happening? Where are they?
Who?
What?
Wait, what? Who?
Julian,
What the-
Aleister, where are the crypt folk?
Who the fuck are you?
Victor.
Oh, that's non-ghoul Victor. Crypt folk Victor.
Wait.
Oh.
Why are we in a car?
Oh.
What? How am I over there?
Yeah, so you were out for a while. We were fighting that horrible giant aberration thing, and then
Oh.
I think Skylar drove us through a Dreamlands portal, but it's Skylar.
Skylar.
Where's Skylar?
Skylar.
No response from Skylar.
Yeah, I'll like shake the real robot. Does it react? Like I put my hand on and like move the shoulder, or try. It's a robot, but
What is your destination?
That doesn't sound like Skylar.
Well,
no, Skylar's not here.
it seems like Skylar did not want to come with us.
I don't think Skylar would have abandoned us. Did Skylar save me?
Skylar, yeah. I mean, well, it was kind of a tag team effort between Skylar and I. Skylar,
There weren't any crypt folk?
No.
Where exactly?
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if Skylar could have gone through. Skylar didn't have the Dreamlands bracelets.
Oh, we're in the Dreamlands.
Well,
I'm assuming we're in the Dreamlands. I mean,
as fair as that may be, like I'm not really certain how that would work.
And at this point, Victor will realize that he's human.
Yeah.
He has not noticed yet.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Aleister, we're in the Dreamlands. I look
yes,
human.
we are in the Dreamlands.
I look human
You're
again.
correct.
yes, you do. Is he wearing clothes?
Yeah. Exact copy, same clothes. Like he was able to maintain all of his stuff. Due to
Victor's wears just sort of normal-ish clothes underneath the trench coat. Just, I mean, probably more like shorts because the legs are so big, and not long sleeves because the long sleeves on the trench coat. Plus, he's got to cover up his horrible wrappings.
Is it
yeah,
like a
you
David,
still have the wrappings.
Is it like a David Banner situation where like the clothes are too big for you?
that probably not. No, I mean, there's not. I don't think there's much physical difference. It's more of a physical form that's different. I think the human would be approximately the same size.
I would even go so far as to say that because this is his Dreamland self, not only do the clothes probably fit properly, but even if he was wearing shorts as a crypt folk, he could be wearing long pants. as
Yeah.
well.
It's
Like-
his Dreamlands form. It's like basically like what happened before is it's how Victor would want to see himself, not necessarily what he looks like. So his clothes would match him in the Dreamlands form.
Yeah, it's Victor's mental image of himself, regardless of what he actually looks like.
Yeah.
So even though he's aware of what he is and what he looks like,
Like I'll
in
even
real
say
life,
you have shoes on. Like you even have shoes. So yeah.
And toes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm wiggling
More
them
than-
right now.
More than
Yeah, five
What?
five on each foot. Yeah.
more than 2 toes. Yeah.
Yeah, so Victor's still like unnerved from the thing, but now he realizes that it was something must have happened, like kind of like a waking nightmare, because it was the same. It was very similar to the nightmares Victor has, only Victor didn't wake up. Normally the nightmare doesn't
You
go
wake
that
up
far.
and-
Normally it jolts you awake, when something like that happens, but it was more
You were
intense.
trapped
but
in it.
I was trapped in the nightmare, but I know that I'm not right now.
You wake up and realize it was all not a dream.
And you still have the memories that you got from Dagon when you bit him, that nobody else knows about. You had picked up a box right before you went into the hallucination, and you got struck by the tail. Like that's your last memories.
Okay.
I'm gonna go grab my lightning gun out of what I'm assuming is a wreck at this point.
No, the car is
Because it's the
intact.
car's
Like you
image
are
of what the car
underwater,
is.
and like it's like you're suspended in this dark water.
Okay. I thought we were like on water, like floating on water, like weird.
No,
Bloodborne
we're just
No,
sitting
you're
in a car
suspended,
underwater.
surrounded by water. Yeah,
Okay, but not drowning.
not drowning, and it's not leaking.
Okay. Well, then I will swim over to the car that is also floating and grab my lightning gun.
in the
and pull
car.
it
You're
out.
not swimming.
we're
You're not.
still-
You're,
we're still-
you're
Oh, I thought
inside
we
the
got
car.
out of
You're
the
not
car.
drowning. Yeah.
Why are we still in the
No,
car?
I'm not getting out of this car.
No, the 4 of us are sitting. The 5 of us are in the car. So the robot, both Victors, Aleister and Julian, are in the
Okay.
car.
Then I will pull the lightning gun out of the console.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
I like to have it on my person.
And Victor's gonna.
So
Oh, what? I was gonna.
non-Skylar robot, you asked where we wanted to go. I don't suppose that here you might be able to go somewhere outside of the confines of the city itself.
Navigational settings are not working properly. Cannot find Servetus.
Could you possibly be able to go somewhere without a necessary destination?
What direction would you like to go?
Forward.
Can this car understand Dreamlands, Cat?
I'm imagining it.
Okay.
does.
Oh, no. I'm gonna say, yeah, you're gonna have to translate. I'm sorry.
Well,
yeah.
We are in the Dreamlands.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, because you can talk
Okay.
in common in the
Yeah.
Dreamlands.
there
I
we
forgot
go.
about that. Yes.
I did not know
He
that.
is not meowing. Y'all are witnessing Aleister talking in common.
Well, I
Not
would have.
meowing.
I would have.
Can we
I would have
can
witnessed
we
it
tell the
before, I'm
difference
assuming.
anymore though?
Yes, you can totally tell the difference. Yeah. It is a huge difference. Like you are hearing his voice exactly,
Oh.
not a combination of chirps and trills and stuff like that.
Okay. Wow. All right. So Victor's a human and Aleister
I'm imagining
can talk.
Aleister with a human mouth. just a cat.
What's going to happen next? Where Manrose is going to show up and open the door for us? Leans in closely.
The Manrose. The Manrose
evening,
is in
gentlemen.
the city, right? The Dagon. We got away from Dagon, right? He's not here.
Well, yes,
Who the
that's
hell's
why we
Dagon?
ended up here.
Dagon was who was possessing the king. When I bit, I saw. He's very powerful.
Oh, we gathered that much.
Yeah, he hit me. He hit me with his tail. That's when I started. That's when I started having the nightmares. I don't remember anything after that, except for waking up here. But that guy's very, very dangerous. We do not want to run into him again.
yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. So all I know is we went through a portal and left probably hundreds of Nori to the mercy of that thing. So,
if Skylar's not here, maybe Skylar's going to help them. That's why Skylar came to us to begin with.
Sure, that could be the case, but well, you know how dangerous that thing is. Do you think Skylar could take it in a fight?
I don't know. I mean, Skylar seemed pretty powerful before. I don't know if we can worry too much about them right now. Did you get the box? I had
disagree.
a box.
Yeah,
I got the box off of the man in the black robe.
Yeah, the box looks dark. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a gem in the box. It's dark and a little unnerving to look at. And when I opened the box, all of the electrical equipment in the city started going crazy, and I'm pretty sure it was hurting Skylar at the same time. So I closed it.
Okay. Good.
Mm-hmm. Hold on
So-
1 second. In the seating arrangement in the back seat, because I'm assuming we're all in the back seat, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like a
Unless you changed over when you crawled up to get your lightning gun.
yeah. It's like a little mini it's like a mini limousine almost.
Okay.
Like y'all got some moving room.
Okay.
If not, I would have assumed
mini
that
scene.
Aleister was riding shotgun. Because he would have felt important enough to be in the front seat.
So what?
Yeah, that's about
Yeah.
right. When I started talking to the robot, I just would have hopped up in the front
Okay,
seat.
so
Yeah.
is Aleister like? Am I on the end or am I in the middle?
You were back
He's
there.
in between two Victors.
Oh yeah, because your actual body's still there.
Well, you were like, I'll say you were like on your knees and
Okay.
and like you were administering the sleeping serum, we'll call it now, to Victor, and like you're having this conversation, and like if you talk to Aleister, you're like looking over your shoulder at Aleister, so you're like on your knees on the floor of this like mini limousine.
Okay. I'll just kind of go over to Aleister. Just kind of, I'll side eye him. I won't actually turn my back, and I'll just say, if you leave us to basically die like that because you got wet, I'm going to fry you. That was incredibly fucked up. Even for you, even for your selfishness, that was incredibly fucked up.
I don't know if you noticed or not, but we were
I
specifically...
don't actually care what you're going to say. This is an ultimatum. This is not for your excuses. You do this again, I will fry you. You left Victor to basically die.
Again, we were specifically told that it was extremely dangerous, and I was not about to stick around and make it 2 corpses.
Well, I'm glad that, we're corpses and not friends at this point. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. I would like to be out of this car now. I am actually going to open the door and get out of this car.
You can't. The pressure's too tight. You can't leave you can't open the door. Like you're in water. Like the car is suspended and surrounded by water.
I got it.
And it's
I feel
completely
like he
dark.
still would have tried to leave, though.
Oh, yeah. No, I still
Oh
would've
yeah.
tried to
That's
open
what I'm
that
saying. The
door.
pressure is too much, and you
Yeah.
cannot open the door.
Okay, well, now I'm stuck in this car with all of you.
But
So
what
Victor's
were you
confused.
saying, Alice? Yeah. What were you saying, Aleister, to the driver, the bot?
So I think first things first, we probably want to try and remove ourselves from this body of water. So why don't we try going, I know things can be a little confusing here, but let's call it up.
Navigation system's not working properly.
Can
what
I-
direction is up?
Can I get into is it like manual controls for the car, or is it like totally reliant on the robot to drive it?
It looks like the robot seemingly like connects itself to the car to drive.
Okay. Is there any way with the set of Tinker's tools that I have, I could not rig it to where I could maybe manually control it.
No.
Fuck.
But the driver is taking commands. Like,
Okay.
Are we? Do we? I don't know exactly how.
or at
the
least
Dreamlands
not
work.
right now. Right now, you wouldn't be able to do anything like that.
Assuming we're inside the car, we don't feel like we're underwater, correct?
You don't like. You're dry.
Right.
Yeah.
Are the other people dry? Yeah, we're all dry inside the car, right? The car is watertight.
I mean,
I'm
Aleister's still damp from getting
yes.
wet. But
Can
but
we
no,
tell
there's no
what-
water coming in.
Can we tell what up is? Because assuming we're underwater, if we're dry and we're inside of that environment, do we know what direction up is? Like, can we feel
By
gravity?
looking, no. By
Can
looking,
we feel
no.
gravity? Because if we can feel gravity, that's why I'm asking about, because it's the Dreamlands.
I'm gonna say that's kind of a weird question because it is the Dreamlands.
Okay.
You would have
I
to
would also point
get
out-
creative on figuring out where is up.
I would also point out that if you're actually underwater, it's a little hard to feel the force of gravity.
Right, but we could just pick something up and drop it inside the car and see which way it goes. And that
Assuming
would be
this is
gravity.
even water, to be perfectly honest. We just know.
But
that
I'm
we're-
assuming that in the
it's even
Dreamlands,
water.
if we pick something up and let it go, it might not drop because it's the Dreamlands.
Right. That's also
Okay.
true.
Just trying to figure out if we could feel or tell in any way which direction was up. That's all I was trying to figure out.
And I would say more than likely, gravity in the Dreamlands is probably going to be more localized. So even if the car were upside down in the water, it would probably still drop to the floor of the car.
Got it. Okay.
When you
Maybe.
drop something.
Cool. Just trying to figure
Maybe.
out the
I mean,
physics of the Dreamlands.
But stuff like that, like it's not necessarily going to make conventional sense.
Yeah. I mean, I know what it would do, but yeah.
Yeah.
Because I control the Dreamlands.
Yeah.
Even if he doesn't know, he's just going to make it up.
But Aleister, you do see the green-eyed cat on the hood of the car.
How can you stand to be out there?
I'm not like you, Aleister.
Can we see the cat? The green-eyed
No.
cat?
No.
Alistair, who the hell are you talking to?
Don't worry about it.
Well, it's not like we got a whole lot else to do right now. Who the hell are you talking to?
Let's just call him a counterpart.
Okay, can you not speak in riddles and just get straight to the point? I'm really not in the mood for games.
It's an interesting proposition. I can't really quite get to the point because I don't know how I would really define it.
Did the monster hit
feeling
you
this.
too? Are you hallucinating?
I can assure you I did not get touched by the monster.
Yeah, no, I saw that. I was very aware of that. And pictures, images, mental images are pretty good, pretty easy to understand.
Well, I guess the only description I can really give you is a green-eyed cat.
So, an invisible green-eyed cat.
I don't know if I would say
Well,
invisible. That sounds a
okay,
little
so I
inaccurate.
can't see it. All right. So, does this unseeable green-eyed cat have a name?
You know, I never tried to ask.
Hey, that might be a useful thing to know.
I mean, would it?
I'm wondering what the green-eyed cat's doing during all of this.
I'm going to stop doing that and then see if I could. So, what exactly is the state of Victor's cryptfolk body?
I mean, it's asleep. It seems to be in good health. His constitution is a little low, and I would say you could tell his body is weakened in that sense.
Okay. I don't have any spells that really can repair ability damage at the moment.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
There's nothing
best,
you can really do
best
with
I could do
Victor's
is-
physical body.
Yeah, best I could do is keep him alive.
Yeah. Well, he's not taking damage, so
Yeah, I know, but like I mean, in terms of the ability stuff.
okay,
Since
I got
he's
you.
in a weakened state. That
Yep.
was more of like a general statement.
And then, just depending on how much time eventually passes, would this count as a short rest for my body, so I can
It's a
roll a hit
very
die and
interesting
get some key
question.
points back?
We'll cross that bridge
Okay.
whenever time
Cool.
has passed. Like right
it.
now, you're not actively resting. Like the group isn't actively resting. Like this is all happening in the moment.
Oh,
But yeah, the green-eyed cat to Aleister, it's like, I'm getting that feeling again, Aleister. I'm feeling overwhelmed with power.
Well, I suppose that makes one of us. But unfortunately, there's not much that we can do about it right now, unless you maybe know of a way to get this robot to get us to another portal.
I don't know. Maybe tell it where to go.
Okay, well, let's try this then. Robot. Please take us to Evangeline's house.
I do not know the location of Evangeline's house.
Okay, well, let's try something else. Robot, take us to... What should I call that? Take us to the docks in Servetus.
Specify direction.
Robot,
Navigation systems are not picking up Servetus. Navigation systems are not working properly.
Robot, just move any way that you can.
Robot, go forward.
And the car shifts into almost like a boat mode kind of deal, and it just starts going forward.
Okay, that is better, at least.
Yep. At least we're not just sitting there.
Hello, Aleister here. It seems that we've ended up in quite the predicament here. Well, while we did avoid the massive flood that was impending on the city, we did end up in, it seems perhaps the Dreamlands equivalent of somewhat the same. I am still very not fond of being in water, even if it is the Dreamlands water. Let's just say bad previous experience. And I suppose it's good for Victor, at least, that he is no longer paralyzed. Apparently having some sort of nightmare. I'm not really certain. But he seems to be all right with himself, which is, I suppose, good for him. Even though it is a little odd seeing two of him, one of which is more human than he's ever really looked outside of the Dreamlands. And for some reason, it seems that he and Julian still are completely unaware of the green-eyed cat, aside from what I tell them. But I suppose it's no matter. If we can get out of the Dreamlands soon, then I suppose there's no real harm to come to it. Although I really don't want to stick around for too long, because I'm not really certain what might happen. And it likely will not be good. Although, perhaps the worst off of us is actually Julian. He seems to be under some very intense delusions. Delusions that he would be able to, quote-unquote, fry me were I to leave him to die. I can't help but feel like he is grasping at straws at the very best. I mean, as if he would really ever be able to pose a threat. But I suppose it's no matter. As always, all music is written and produced by Marco Mazzei of Fallen Highway Studios. You can find links to all of our social media as well as all of the podcatchers that we are present on at microphonesandmonsters.com. Thank you for listening in, and I hope you join us next time on Microphones and Monsters.